Good. How'd you, okay, anyways. Okay, so were you recording?
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen share in just a minute, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Power Pockets, and hopefully, Jacqueline, you'll be able to be on for a couple of minutes. So here's the thing, guys. I really hope that I went through this last week, so you can look at the video. If you want to learn even more about Power Pockets, there's a great video in a Beachbody group. It's called the Beachbody Champions, or it's the Beachbody 411 Champions, Beachbody Champions, I think. There's actually two of them, but this one's Beachbody Champions. You can search it, add yourself, and this is a video on Power Pockets by a coach named Keisha, Keischa. So if you want to really see how an expert's doing this, watch that video. But in the meantime, I'm going to just review. Well, I guess for you, Laura and Jacqueline, teach you about it, but everybody else just review. Okay. So can everybody see my screen? Okay. So what we have talked a lot about is that for people like that are kind of doing this as a business and building a business that are spending more, you know, have a couple hours a day they're choosing to put into their business, they might have an hour to do a power hour, but a lot of new coaches do not. They have another full-time job, or they have a part-time job, or they're home with their kids, whatever it might be. And so a lot of coaches are getting overwhelmed and not moving their businesses forward, aka not helping people, and falling off their own journey or falling off their coaching. Why? Because they're not really able to help as many people. And so Power Pockets are a way of dividing up the different vital behaviors of inviting and sharing. So you're doing them in 5 to 10 minute chunks. So pretty much in the morning, if you do a quiet time or do whatever, don't change it. The first time you pick up your phone to, to like check something instead of scrolling Facebook or doing whatever, what we want you to do is just to go into Facebook and add 5 to 10 new friends. Put your phone down, touch it, go do breakfast, go do life, go whatever, go to class, go help do your kids, whatever. Next time you pick up your phone, connect with 5 people, non-Beachbody message, go into your happy birthdays, go into just the first 5 people that you think of, go into your friends list and find 5 people. Jen's going to talk about Google Streak in a minute, and then Google Streak will help you figure out what to do in each of these Power Pockets. But so then put your phone down. Don't do coaching again. Then Power Pocket number 3, next time you pick up your phone, plan a social media post for the day, or post a social media post for the day. Again, 5 minutes, put your phone down, be done, do life. Maybe that was in your lunch break. Maybe Power Pocket 1 was before work. Maybe Power Pocket 2 was on a 5-minute coffee break, lunchtime, whatever. Power Pocket number 4 is invites. And again, we'll be showing you a tracking system you can use, whether it is to either your boot camp, your challenge group, your free group, your business. It doesn't matter. You're inviting people. And you'll be moving people through new friends, connections to inviting. So we're going to sort of help that funnel is one of the words for it. Then Power Pocket number 5 will be where you're following up with 3 people. It might be following up from the day before, it might be 2 days before, whatever it might be. Those are people you've already invited that you're following up with. And then you're done with your phone, go back to life, do your thing. Power Pocket number 6, maybe at the end of the day after kids are in bed or after classes are done or after a meeting at church, whatever. Power Pocket number 6, you're going back to answer messages. So these people earlier in the day that you connected with or that you invited or you followed up with, you're going to then answer them. You're not going to be answering them throughout your day, unless you have time. If you have more time, great. But if you don't, you can do these 6 behaviors, 5 to 10 minutes, and get through all of those vitals of connecting. And then obviously doing your shake and doing your workout and you're doing your PD. So what we're just trying to show is that this can be something more manageable if you don't have an hour to sit down to a power hour. So these are more like those power pockets of time as opposed to a straight 60-minute section. And then also a little like this form shows at the bottom, you can see it. Check in with your app or your Facebook group and add value to those groups. And for those people that are on Jen and my team, we're going to, in May, be rolling out our Real Wholehearted Wellness community, which is going to be for our entire downline. And so if you haven't heard about that, we talked about our call 2 weeks ago, or you can ask Jen and I. That's going to be a place where we're going to be able to support every person we bring in, and a way for you guys as new coaches not be as overwhelmed with having new people. And I think, Jess, a lot of your coaches are up and running with that and not necessarily feeling that way right now, but your team may try to do that in the future. But it'll be a way for us to help new coaches not feel as overwhelmed when they're bringing on new people. Okay, I'm not going to talk more about that since some of our people are on this call right now. So that is PowerPocket. So Laura, seeing this for the first time, questions about it, wonderings about it?
So do you think it'd be helpful, like, if I had this, like, printed out, that way I could do it, like, every day? Do you think that would be fun?
Yeah, so you could print it out. I would say print it out just so you have it in your office. But what I would also say is go into your reminders app or notes app and put these 5 things in there or 6 things in there, plus like the bottom thing. And then every day, like go in and like put a little X mark or a heart by each one. And then just the next day erase and whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Or write it in your planner. And pretty soon you'll learn what each PowerPocket is, you know. But just a way of tracking. You don't have to have your computer be in your office. You can be on campus. You can be at a doctor's appointment. All be in your phone. And Jen's going to show a tracking system. It's called Google Streak that you can do from your computer, but you can also, there's an app you can do it from your phone. So you can have people, you just said you were going to sit down and do your list. You can have your list of people you want to connect with. And once you started connecting and once you started liking and commenting and you're ready to invite them, then you'll move them from, you know, one area that you were doing them in your PowerPocket number 2, and then maybe you were liking, commenting for a week or so, and then moving them into inviting.
Okay.
And then people that you invited in the last month who weren't interested, you're following up with them, or last week or whatnot. And so for newer coaches too, some of your invites might not be on social. They might be people in that you talk to because you haven't exhausted that. That's really where we encourage people to start, because if your first month of coaching, you're probably just inviting people who already know your journey or seen your journey, and you're not going to be like inviting people on social media as much directly because you haven't connected with them. And we do not teach, we do not advocate cold messaging people. We build a relationship so they know who we are and we know a little bit about them before we do that. So this PowerPocket flow for people at different places of their business will look different, but I think it could be something that everybody could be able to make their own kind of. So I want to give enough time for Jen to share about Google Streak. Again, we've said before, you can use any tracking system you want to use, paper and pencil. If you want to keep tracking system, we can give you 10 different options. Let us know if you have something that's working. But what we have found is that in 2 or 3 years of coaching, we've gone through many different things. And despite liking paper and pencil, we don't always have it with us. And we want to show you this option you can use on your computer or on your phone. So I'm going to stop my share, and Jen is going to share about Google Streak, and then we'll be putting a link to YouTube videos for people that have been doing Google Streak longer for you guys to watch when you want to set yours up. So obviously tonight you're not going to set it up. Jen's going to show you so we have an idea, but then you're going to watch this video and set yours up. That's what I did. Is I watched the YouTube video, I paused it as I was setting things up. And then I actually made mine a little bit different, what worked for me, and you'll be able to do that too. But I think this is the direction that we're going to be encouraging people to go. So you could literally be anywhere, 5 minutes at a doctor's office, and be like, oh, I want to do 2 connects, that PowerPocket. Oh, wait, I left my list at home, or I don't have my computer. You can go into the app of Google Streak and say, okay, you know what? I added that girl, and I liked and commented on a couple things. I'm going to just send her a little, hey, how you doing today? Message, or hey, I just saw that you went away this weekend. How was it? Whatever. To make it a little bit less intimidating, I think, on how to manage it. So I'm going to stop babbling, and Jen is going to take it over.
Okay. First of all, my office is open because it's hot. So the no muffler people, I apologize for them in advance. Okay, here we go. Let's share the screen here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Sorry. No, you don't all need to see that. Hold the phone, friends. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay. Here we go. Sharing screen again. Okay. So this is Google Streak. It looks super complicated and super overwhelming, but it's not. It's really not. like Becky said, I'm going to put up a link to a YouTube video. It's like 10 or 11 minutes long. It's by Andrea Crowder, and she just kind of talks through setting it up. And once you have it set up, like Becky was saying, you don't have to set it up the way I have it set up. It makes sense in my brain the way that I have it set up. And so when I'm doing my power hour or my power pockets, however my day is going, this flow works for my brain. But I'm just going to walk you through kind of the way that it works and how I have it set up. But again, that doesn't mean you have to have it set up this way. This is just what works for me to give you sort of a template, if you will. So you'll see up across here, these are all of my, I don't know what you call them. I'm sure there's a name. These are all of my groupings of people. So if you think of this as a funnel, like really big, and then it goes down, down, down. I don't really know if it goes down because all my numbers are sort of bigger here. Maybe that's not true. But they're working their way. So they started as people. I don't even know why it's called people, but these are like people that I have friended and they have accepted my friend request. So I have named this group people. Super creative, you guys. I'm super creative. I also have just a couple things in here because this is where I start every day. So I make sure the things I have to do, this is a to-do list for me, which probably isn't the best. It goes through to, okay, these are people I need to send a connecting message to. These people are not new people. These are friends of mine from forever that I haven't talked to in a while. Even though I feel, sorry you guys, I feel like I have a terrible, terrible headache and my brain is like crunching in on itself right now. So if I'm not making sense.
Do you want me to take over?
No, it's okay. Just tell me if I start acting like this doesn't make any sense to you.
No, I'm just gonna add something right now. So along the top, these are all the different categories, and you can change what you call those and all that. So like for example, Jen's at the top says people. Mine say, I think mine says I can't remember right now. Mine doesn't say that though. I'd have to look at it. And so essentially, this is your list of people or things that you want to potentially talk to. So like Laura, this is where that list would go. And then this next section are people that Jen wants to send a first connecting message with. Hey, thanks for accepting my, no?
No, so these are my new friends.
Okay. You want to send
these are people I'm going to send a message to. Like once they've accepted my friend request, I put them in here until I send them a, hey, I'm so glad we're new friends. I'm not a creeper. I just thought we had mutual friends. How old are your kids? Whatever. These people are people that I haven't talked to in a long time. I would like to send them a message just to start the conversation again. So once they have, so these are all people I have sent. Melissa Logan. I go to Facebook. I send her a message. Put down her name. I'm going to say, okay, I sent her a message. Now I'm waiting to see if she's going to respond. So now, Melissa Logan should be, I have a long list of people who haven't responded. Where is Melissa Logan? Anybody see her? You guys. Not only.
Sometimes you have to update your browser for her name to show up down there. She did go down there though.
There she is. So she's right at the top. So now, Melissa Logan, when she responds, I'm going to say, oh, she responded to my message. I'm going to go up here, send her to the next box, which is like and comment number 1. Okay. I will refresh. So then, if she doesn't ever respond, she's just going to sit here for a long time. At some point, maybe I'll go back and say, oh, wow, it's June. I have some April people. I'll maybe send her another message. But then I've got all these people who now have responded, and now I'm going onto their Facebook to like and comment on their things. Now, some of these people, I've been sitting here since April 12th because they don't post anything on Facebook. So again, I might come back to this and say, wow, you've been sitting here for a long time. I'm going to send you a connecting message again. Liking and commenting on your stuff, working. But Melissa Logan, I liked and commented on her stuff. I'm not doing all these things in one day, by the way. If they move to another box, they're there until I get back to them. And I'm not going through all of these every day, right? Like I'm hitting a few of them a day, making sure that I click at least say 5 of them down to the next box. But so today, Melissa Logan, I liked and commented. Now I'm going to send her down to the next box. Actually, what you'll see, so these are mine. So once they responded, then I send them to the next box. I like and comment again. I send them to the next box. I like and comment a third time. Now I'm ready to invite them.
And now just real quick, this may be, let's say Jen is rocking a week. She may get a connecting message and be inviting them a week later. It may be a month later. It just depends on how much time and how much she gets in every day. So it's not a set time.
And how much they are active on Facebook. Because there are people that I will have a day where I have 4 hours to work. And I will get through this whole list and this whole list. But there are people that are on this still because they don't ever post on Facebook. And so you can't like and comment if they're not posting. There are also people that I'll get through like the third like and comment and I'll realize, you know what? Not my people. Delete. And I'm not going to invite them because I realize they're not my people, and that's okay. So once I've invited them to the follow-up number 1, follow-up number 2, follow-up number 3, if in here somewhere they decide to respond yes, then that's great. Is it a challenge pack, or did they say, yeah, I want to do this, but I'm not ready to buy? So I put them in one of those two because I know who are my challengers I need to be checking in with. Who are my challengers that I need to keep adding value of Shakeology and of Beachbody On Demand? Or maybe they never, or maybe they say no. Check in again with them. I've decided in 3 months. That's what I've decided. For you, it might be 4, it might be 6, it might be a year, whatever. That's what I've decided. And after I followed up the third time, in this little waiting box. That's just, they haven't responded. I've told them in my third follow-up, I'm not going to keep bugging them, and I'm not. And they're going to sit there, and I'll look back at that box at some point, and maybe I'll put them over here. Maybe I'll delete them. You know, I don't know quite yet, because again, this is a new thing that I've been doing, and I haven't gotten that far yet. I've even
I think essentially what Jen is saying is that she doesn't want to forget that they exist or have them totally fall out of her brain. That's a place to put them. Right.
There are people that I want to fall out of my brain after going through this on a regular basis, and I delete them because I don't want them in my brain. And that's totally cool. So the thing that I love that I have found with being consistent with this is a lot of these people are people that I don't actually know in real life. I have sent them a friend request because we have mutual friends. I have connected with them on something. We have kids. They live in Grand Rapids. They've worked for Young Life, things that are, true about me. And but I've never met them in real life, but through looking at their Facebook on a regular basis, I'm kind of like, now I hear their name and I can actually see their face because of their little Facebook box picture. And I'm kind of like, oh yeah, she's always posting about politics. Probably not gonna be my people, but whatever, we'll see. But when I've been consistent with this, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see this one's going somewhere, or whatever. So that's pretty much, you can, these things move if you feel like later you want to move them. You can rename them. You can click on a person, and you can click on a person, and add notes about them. For example, some of the people who, and I'm still going back because I had this as an Excel spreadsheet to start, and then I've transitioned it into Google Streak. But some people who said no, and the reason why they said no, and they're in my check-in in 3 months, in the notes section, I'm slowly moving over the comments I had in my Excel spreadsheet. Like, no, my doorbell is ringing. She meets with a personal trainer twice a week. No, she just had a baby and isn't quite ready, wants to sleep, whatever. And so that way, when I go back to whoever that person is in 3 months, I'm like, oh, hey, are you finally getting more sleep? I so hope you are. How's whatever the baby's name is? Or, hey, how's the personal trainer thing working out? I love hearing when people are successful, and maybe they aren't being successful, and then they'll share that with you. Or maybe they are, and then you can continue to just cheer them on. And that's one of my follow-up messages. It's like, hey, don't feel bad saying no to me. If you have something that's working for you, that's awesome, because my goal is not for everybody to do my thing, but my goal is for everybody to do the thing that works for them. So anyways, that's sort of, but you can see, like, there's a lot of people in 3 months I have to follow up with. And there's a lot of people who I'm waiting who haven't responded to my connecting message. But then there's quite a few that have, and now I need to like and comment on their stuff. Now the great thing is, so when I come in here in the morning, I will first go to my Facebook and I will look. The hard thing is to do, like if you have a lot of people that are answering your friend requests and you're trying to work this from your phone, the thing I will say is that there's a way on your computer to look at your recently added friends, and they go in order of the most recently added. So you can quickly look on your computer and say, oh, these are the 4 new names I don't have in my people folder. That's easy. But if you're on your phone, that doesn't exist. There's not a recently added friends tab. So if I know, like I knew when I was in Mexico, I wasn't gonna have my computer, and I wanted to keep up to date on that. So whenever somebody would show up as that little red dot by the heads on the bottom, you know, like new friend, I would immediately go into my Streak app. Not immediately, let's be honest. I was on vacation. But pretty quickly I would go and I would add them to that folder, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to have that function on my phone. But once those people were in there, there's nothing else on Facebook that you can't do on your phone and do on Streak. So I would just go into people and be like, okay, that girl, double click, go over to Facebook Messenger, send her a message, okay, double click, go back to Streak. You know, it's a little back and forth, but I could just sit there in the airport and know exactly who I needed to send connecting messages to, know exactly who my new people were that I wanted to introduce myself to, and then if they responded, I could quickly send them down to like and comment number 1 because they have responded. So the app, I don't know if I can show it too well, but it's very basic. None of this costs any money. You can pay for Google Streak and it will allow you to connect things and email people through it. I don't think it's necessary. But so that's what mine looks like. So one of mine is Power Hour. So I would just click on Power Hour and then I could go to my People tab, and then I've got all my people right here. And then once you click on them, it shows you sorry, this is really hard to show you on here. It shows you what stage, and if you click on their...
Jen, can
Yeah.
you either quit sharing your screen so we can make
because you're so little.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that would be
okay.
helpful.
Yes. So
That's
once you click on their stage, then you'll see down here, you can say, oh, just kidding, I'm moving this person here. And then you click the check. Oh, shoot. Okay, good, I didn't really do it. Because I'm not paying attention to who this person is. You click the check mark, and then it sends them right there. And then you just back out of it, and you go to the next person. So you can do all that, and it tells you at the top, too, like how many people you have in each of those funnels. So you're like, wow, I've got a crap ton of people in follow-ups and not a lot in liking and commenting. Maybe I need to focus on follow-ups today. Or I've had nobody in my inviting box for a few days. So I need to do a lot better job of liking and commenting so I get people through those so I have people to invite. So that's the nice thing about being able to see those numbers at the top, and you can do that on your computer too, is you kind of see where you maybe need to focus your time. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? It really has been for me, like it started as that Excel. I tried Google Streak before and it was like, blah, I don't know what to do with this because I didn't have a well enough set up system of how I was even doing. Like what were these things along the top? And so for me, coming up with that Excel spreadsheet and figuring out like, oh, these are the steps I'm sort of walking through, and then sort of plugging that into the Streak. It really, I mean, I sit down to work and I know exactly what I need to do. I add friends, I click add friend. I put in the people who are my new friends. This is when I'm sitting down for like a block of time. This is different than Power Pockets. I add the names of my new friends. I quickly do birthday messages, and then I just keep working my way down the list. So, do you guys have any questions? Hey, Brian.
All right, we can start.
Right.
Just kidding. Sorry I'm late / almost done.
That's okay. You can watch the recording.
I will.
Can you share your screen one more time?
What did you? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
No, I was just curious. At the top, you just added in a couple other things. You added in birthday messages.
So like for
Add
me,
friends.
I always start right up here. And I only add 10 people a day. So I'll never have more than 10 people in this box if I'm doing this every day. So right up here, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to remember to check in with my challenge group. I don't ever move this anywhere. It's just a little reminder. I know I still have to schedule the second half of the 80-day obsession group post. So that will be in there until I do that. No, I need to add friends and send birthday messages. So if I can figure out a way to add that up here, I would. But for me, this is what sense because it's just another to do along with connecting with these people.
Okay, because one thing I thought was you can, if you go to that black arrow and hit plus, you could move it over here and have to be daily to-dos or something.
If I do what?
Go to your black arrow that's next, right there, yeah. And just double click and put in daily tasks or something. And then drag that over in front of people.
Right. Come on, drag.
And then you could move.
Color. I could move
You can.
those
Mhm.
daily tasks,
To, yeah.
and I don't like
I
the
was trying
color.
to think of a way to, I know, it's annoying.
No, it's green.
Yep. So, and with everybody that just saw that, so see how it was a really easy way. So you could clearly make this. You could even add in workout and just and PD or whatever you need to do, or be nice to my husband, whatever, whatever you want to put in there as just a regular checklist you want to do every day. You'll be surprised. It'll be things you'll forget to do.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I have learned the hard way is so like I move. Wait, who is the girl I was moving before that I need to move back now? Melissa Logan. Okay.
Yeah.
So where was she? Remember where she was?
Under. She was under.
Tell me
She
where
was
she
under
started.
responded to connected message.
Okay, so she was in responded. Oh, she was under people.
Yeah, she was in your first box, people box.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on her.
And will you show again how you found that? Because I haven't seen that one before. That was helpful for me to see.
So if you go all the way over here to the left.
Uh-huh. That box, okay, yep.
And they were in different.
Oh, okay, great.
You can actually,
I didn't see
I can move her from here back to people as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you that if I click on her and you see it says one selected, I go over here and I say, okay, I want her to go to people. She is still, if I go to people, she's still clicked. If I'm doing something else and I message Sandy Niedema and I click her and I say I want her to go to responded, both of them are going to go to responded. The two of them are selected. And I'm sending selected to wherever I click here. So make sure you do this. After you've moved Melissa, you want to X out. Now when I go to Sandy and I send her the message and I say, okay, I'm going to wait to see if she responds, only Sandy goes, and then I can unclick her. So, does that make sense? Now, where did Sandy go? Sandy, there you are. Other thing that you can do is you can search up here, Sandy Niedema, and it's connected to a Google. If I've emailed with her because she's different. And so if I click on her here, then it shows me Google Streak. Yeah, so let me do it with somebody who, go back to my Power Hour. Somebody who, so Megan Longstreet. I'm gonna click on her. I'm gonna search her. She's under my Power Hour with her. So like her, she was already on like comment number 3, 12 days ago. Then I invited her, I followed up again. So you can sort of see what's happened with her. Oops. I don't know how to get out of this. Go away. I just have to click here
I
again.
think you would just hit back on Power Hour, yeah.
So, do you guys have any other questions or thoughts of ways I can make it better?
Well, no, actually, it's interesting because I was actually looking at things that you are doing differently than I am. So it was just helpful to see another way of doing it. Go to your coaches and your free groups. You set up different pipelines. I've never set up other pipelines. So just click on the little.
This is what I set up before I had the Excel spreadsheet, and I was just randomly adding people in. So like here, they signed up, welcome in the team page, intro call.
Yeah.
2 coaches I still haven't had an intro call with. Do I need to send them? And like this was me trying to figure out, okay, do in the Emerald training, my Emerald coaches, timing training, my Diamond coaches, here are my discount coaches. So I don't actually use this.
No, but that's good. I may set up something.
Oh, so this was a free group, and all their names in here, as they were saying they wanted to be in it, and once I added them to it, and I knew they had to get a welcome email, check in with them. Clearly, I didn't ever do that because I never took that for check-in number 1. But I also was able to put in here, I don't remember what this free group was, but what they were maybe hoping for from the group. There was one day I was just on fire making streaks, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So that's what all these are. This was back in September because I had my September challenge.
There are probably overwhelming people, but I think this is great.
So back to Power Hour, because that's really what we're focusing on.
Yeah. So if you're confused or don't really get it, like that totally makes sense. This gave me a headache the first time I saw it, but it really is a great way of tracking. And for Jen and I, who already have lists of people, adjust to, like, it's going to take me some time to get everybody in the right spot, but I know that it's going to be worth doing. So here's the thing. I think what we're trying to say is it's worth taking the time if you think this might work for you to do it, because in the long run, you have no business if you aren't keeping track of people you're connecting with. And I have had this conversation a lot lately where I don't want to sell, I don't want to bug, I can't do that and whatnot. It's like, that's just, if you focus every day on, I want to help someone today, and you see that by someone inviting you, it helped you, that's the mindset to have. The mindset you are just here to help people, and this is a tool to help you help people, and this is a way for you to also help yourself to stay laser focused on how to move your personal journey of helping others forward than scrolling the book. Who should I do something? Who should I not? So you might say, oh, I'm just a hobby coach, I want to do this. Well, whatever kind of coach you are, whether you're spending an hour on this a week or an hour or 2 hours a day, if you're not tracking what you're doing, you're wasting your time and you're helping no one and you're hurting yourself.
Yep.
So,
and it's true. I mean, I will say it will take you time to set this up, but it has, like Becky said, I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary, and I didn't really start coaching in May that year, but October I did. So since October of 2015, and it has taken me until now, till finding a tracking system that works for me to actually say, I'm excited to sit down every day and do my Power Hour because I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know that there is a list of people sitting there. I don't have to guess. I don't have to pay $30 for Teamsy to tell me something random. Like, there is a method to this madness. And if you're playing for Teamsy, I'm sorry, but stop, because it's a waste of money. but I did it for a while. So trust me, it's a waste of money. But like I literally can sit there and there is a list of people that I need to send messages to. I know exactly what to do, and I can get through getting 5 people in each of those sections moved down every single day in about an hour. Like literally, it does not take me more than that. It took me a while to get it set up, but once it's set up and you start adding people to it every day, and I can sit there and I can know, like, I don't have to dread sitting down on my computer because it's like, oh, who am I going to invite? What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Like, I have my follow-up scripts that I use. I have my invite script that I use. I can send a message that is generally the same minus the question at the end that's specific to them. I can like and comment on things like, so it's not hard. It's just a matter of getting a system and then doing it consistently. And that's the only way that this is going to work for you, is if you find something that works. So, the end. I will post the link to the YouTube video, because and I honestly cannot remember, you guys, if her video is about the paid or the free version. I didn't have time to rewatch it, but it's literally 11 minutes long. And I know that it's the one that I used to set mine up, and it still worked out fine. So, if she talks about things like that I didn't talk about and then they don't work for you, that's just because you'd have to pay for that, but you don't have to pay.
So you have the free version, Jen?
Yeah.
First of all, I think it's brilliant. I do think it's going to take me some time to kind of get my brain wrapped around and what my tabs would be at the top. But having been a coach now for 2.5 years and still doing, I've tried it all. I've tried paper pencil. I've tried the Teamsy. I tried just putting it into the computer and like keeping track, and none of that worked for me. So fingers crossed, I hope that this might be what works for me. But the thing I really liked about it the most is, especially for our new coaches, it's a perfect visual. I mean, it's all color coded, but you can see, like, these are the block of people I've already talked to. These are the block of people that I just added to my social media. And you can wrap your brain around that. If there's 2 people, you're probably not talking to enough people, right? If there's 50 people, you're having good conversations, and you're probably moving your business forward at a faster rate than somebody who's adding 1 or 2 to their list. Does that make sense? And so I think that could be very, very powerful, especially for our new coaches who are just now getting started or perhaps just now deciding to work their business. So I think that's a helpful tool. So thank you for sharing that tonight. But I'm going to look into that myself and maybe asking questions on how to do
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. And honestly, I don't still know everything, but like I know you can add a note section. You can add things here. Like I just have the date and notes, and I'm not really using this section right now, but you can add all sorts of things in here that she talks about a little bit in her video. I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I think here, let's add box here. So like, I still don't know everything about it. I know very little about all of these things up here, but this part is really all you need to know. You just need to be moving your people through the process. And if you do that, things will happen.
Well, and I also think it's really important too, because I can't tell you how many times that I thought my system was pretty good at the time, and then 2 months later somebody will reach back out to me who I was like, oh my goodness, her and I've already had a conversation, and either A, she didn't make it on my list, or he didn't, and then I felt like I lost them or whatever. And I never want to lose people. But as you kind of get bigger and you talk to more people, sometimes you just get busy and they don't make the paper or the list or whatever, and then I feel bad. So maybe this will kind of help organize that, just to kind of keep track of them better too.
Well, and I remember I used to just look at my Facebook Messenger. Like that was my reminder of who I had talked to if I went back far enough. Well, thankfully at this point, I'm talking to so many people because of this and sending so many messages between birthday messages, connecting messages. I can't do that anymore. And the other thing that's been really helpful for me, because people will start responding while you're in the middle of it, turn off your notifications. And what I have started to do is I will go on my computer at the very end of the day, and I will go to my messages. So like, I have to do a video in a group. So I'll go to my messages. Maybe. It's not gonna work now because I have to upgrade something. Yep, I wanna leave this page. I don't know what I was doing on it, but I would like to leave this page. Thank you. You guys love how organized and awesome I am at this. See, anybody can do it. Okay. So I'll go to my messenger, and hopefully you all know about this little, oh my word. I live in a third world country. That's what I'm blaming it on. Okay, there's here. Threads. Because I don't have time to scroll through and see. So now it's like, okay, these are the people who just today have responded, and now I need to, first thing tomorrow morning before I do anything else, I'm going to respond to them. And then back here, okay, who are my new friends that have accepted since yesterday? Who do I need to send a connecting message to? Blah, 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 blah. But at first, I was getting lost in this because it's like, no, responded, but I don't know what to do first. Don't worry about that. Later, you can just see what you haven't read, and you don't have to worry about going through that nonsense. But you can't really do that on your phone either. So, all right. And Linda didn't watch the whole video. Sorry, Linda. I outed you. Oopsie doozy. Okay. I don't think I have anything else to say. Any questions?
No, but once everybody jumps off, Jen, I want you to stay on for just 5 seconds. You have to ask a question.
5 seconds.
Oh, Lord, seconds. Oh, is Laura off as just the 4 of us and we're not recording?
I can stop.